Do my morning Bible devotional was not an option. It wasn't a choice, but I will hopefully make that up in due time. I'm hoping that you guys will come in today so we could chit chat about some more crafting stuff, particularly crochet. And why do I say that? Because each one of my chats, I want them a little bit different, but I also want them to be something that we all can connect with and we could all enjoy each other's company and conversation. And yes, I still look like I'm very washed in the face, like very peaked, as they would say, because I've been sick for so long. And yes, yesterday I did end up in the hospital, in the ER, directly from my doctor's office. And praise be to God. But I didn't get home till sometime around midnight last night. Hence, I missed my morning Bible devotional. Am I happy about it? No. Am I going to do something about it? Yes. So come on in and we can start a chat if you like. And if you don't like, it's up to you. So, anywho, the basic things you need for crochet. When I learned to crochet, all you needed was a hook. And this is a, let me see if I can read that. Not too sure if I can read that. Maybe it's upside down. Could be, knowing my luck. Oh, there we go. This is a 4.0 millimeter hook. That's it's a light purple, lavender hue. That's a 4.0. And that, my friends, is a 5.0. Now, it's a 5.0 mm, which means millimeters. In the UK and the United States, we have sometimes a deliberate difference in the sizing of our hooks. Same way with the weight of our yarn, and so on. So depending on where you're living at is the general norm is you would follow the local area. Good morning, Lydia. Good afternoon, I should say. Hello, your local. Oh, hey, how you doing? So, yeah, I've just been resting a lot today. How are you doing, Maruza? Marius? If I say your name wrong, please forgive me. I am one tired. And yes, I am doing my best to pronunciate your name as I see it. I do know several languages. So, yeah. So the theme for today's local chat, and no, you're local, I wasn't teasing about your name, darling, is about talking about crochet. Why crochet? Because I know how to do it since I was 11 years old. Tired, really tired. I know it doesn't even look like I had a drop of caffeine in me, and I have. I had coffee already. So, yeah, I'm a little bit on the tired side. Oh, great. You're local. Do you have a name like Mary or something else that we may call you by? If you would not mind so much, because I like to get to know people better, and I can't do that. I like to know their names because then, one, I find names very unique sometimes, and I think that each person, you could have 10 Marys, okay, in a room, and each one's going to be different, and that's how I see it. There is no, oh, we're the same, we're the same. No, you're not. Don't say that about twins either, because I am a twin. I could recognize a set of identical twins is older. A lot of people don't get it, but you know it is. I will. Altia? Altia, is that your name, sweetheart? Altea, Altea. If I said it right, put a thumbs up. If I said it wrong, put a thumbs down. I do the best that I can. So, today's chat is going to be about crochet. When I was a little girl, the only two things you needed for crocheting was one, a hook. And you'll see if I turn it sideways, you can see where the hook part is. There's the flat part that'll tell you the name of the person or team or whatever company that made your hook. Also tells you what number, 4.0, 5.0, and it'll always say MM. Certain one, a certain letter that goes with it. If you're in the UK area and so forth, it might be very different from what the United States has, so expect that. That's why we go by 4.0 or 5.0. This one is a golden colored one. This is near, it is a 5.0 millimeter. It's also one of my favorite hooks. Then, of course, you needed yarn. You see, as you can see, I actually started making something. Hello, Evan. How are you? So those are the two things when I learned how to crochet you needed. You did not need a pattern. You need, to start learning how to make or learn to crochet. You did not need anything else. Nowadays, you gotta have stitch markers and what do you call that? Stitch markers, which helps count your stitches in your work, what you're making. So understand that. So, all right. No, I don't make magic circles. I know there's such thing as a magic circle. But what you guys do for a magic circle versus what I do is totally different. I am totally old school when it comes to that. Magic circles, I finally learned how to do it. Do I like them? No. Because you know how you gotta start out with a per se magic circle, and there's that hole in the middle that you want as small as possible. So this is the one I learned how to do the magic circle with. When I do it, you could do it when you crocheting around and around. That's right. Also, but when I start making something that you guys would consider would need a magic circle, my hole is smaller than what the magic circle would leave it as. And that's from years of crocheting. I started when I was 11 years old. And yes, I am proud of my age because I have outlived others that didn't make it this far. I'm 58, and in July I'll be 59. So if you want to look at my grays, knock yourself out. Want to call me grandma? It don't bother me. But you will not call me granny. You will not call, that's Granny D. Granny D is a great lady on the fiber arts community. She is knit, pearls, and squirrel with Granny D. She is a fabulous lady, very sweet, very kind. She has a set time frame for when she is online. I know definitively it's usually 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, my time, and she's a love bug. That's all I gotta say. All right? So, back then, that's what you needed. Hello, King James, darling. How are you? So glad of you to come join me this day. And yes, I was at the ER last night. I went directly from my doctor's appointment, which was scheduled for 2:20, and went to see him. And then from there, they sent me to the ER. We were not playing around with my health. I don't think of playing Russian roulette with my health, but sometimes things are maddening and it doesn't make sense and whatever. So, yeah, we're working on it. Thank you guys so much for coming in to visit me. Yes, Granny D. It is Knit Pearl with Squirrel with Granny D. She is on Sundays, I know for sure, at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She's one of our love bugs, people. If you visit her, you better be nice. You better be kind. Because if I come in there and find out you're not, I'm not going to be pleased with you whatsoever. Because people earn your Mad Dog Reset like blank. They earn it. And Granny D is an elder. She's got beautiful hair. I mean, it's long. It has her grays. She is a love and sure, okay? So make sure that you guys, if you do go visit her, that you guys will be the kind of people I know you to be. Be respectful and be kind. And Granny D is one of our love bug people, okay? So yes, my hair is still sick last night. I really don't care. All right. Thank you. Thank you, King James, for reminding me. You are such a good man. Thank you for helping me. Philippians. And I'm writing this down, so everybody else, hold on to your tassels. 4:13. Thank you. That's a good scripture to go by. Thank you so much, dear. I probably will have a belated morning devotional, but it just depends. I'm in the midst right now waiting for my doctor's office to call to let me know when we are going to be doing, or my next appointment when him will be. So we're just going off of that right now. But back in the day, to learn to crochet, all you needed was a hook, yarn, and a lot of patience. Nowadays, you gotta have hook, you gotta have yarn, you gotta have stitch markers, you gotta have, and here's the rest of my hooks, by the way. Oops, come on, get off of there. See? Some more of my hooks that I got. I have a perfect, wonderful set that another gifted me along with yarn. And, well, let's just put it this way. I love her. It's all you got to know. This is something I started a while back with. No, it's not crochet. But it has 4 strands. And it's not crochet. It is going to be a macrame. And these are the colors I went with, which is a red. It looks like orange, but it's not. It's a pink colored. Then you got a coral orange and then a bright yellow. And I'm going to be doing a macrame project with this. So in a way, you could call that my little octopus. Now, remember I told you guys I go and buy things randomly for crochet, crafts, whatever. This is one of those random buys. Why? Because you never know what you could use with those. Here are some beads you could probably actually use. All right, hold on, King James. That you can actually use for macrame, and you can use it in crochet. Now these little wee beads is more for like beadwork. Can you see the colors? I'm sorry to get the lighting's too much. But I do funny buys. And sometimes things like these is because it's something I'll get massive of. And I can turn around and share it with others to teach them, whatever the case may be, about crocheting, whatever. Because the first rule of thumb is you got to be wanting to learn how to crochet. And my beloved mother, who passed away, King James, where are you at? Philippians, again, 4:6, okay. What does it say? Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your... All right, that's the third one, and that's it, okay? Please be kind and do as I say. If you do, you're showing me that you're going to be trustworthy enough to earn Blue Shield, okay? Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Amen. All right. Now, nowadays, when you go crochet, you got to have stitch markers, which helps you count how many stitches are in a project. Hello, Amos, my darling. How are you? You have patterns. You want to collect patterns. And if you go to certain stores, like you go to Hobby Lobby, they'll have these sheets. Let's see where that is. I have a few here. You'll see these hanging, like here in the middle. They'll hang like this on a pad, and they're free. And it gives you, like this one is for easy crochet. They're called wristlers, but in other words, fingerless gloves. You see? And on the back is your pattern. All right? And if you could read patterns, you're a lot farther in crochet than I am. For the longest time, I could not read a pattern. And then slowly and surely, I was taught how to read a pattern. And reading a pattern is sometimes like reading Chinese for some of us. But if you make it a point and you do it with another, it works. Having somebody explain what these short and condensed letters mean regarding to crochet stitches and whatever, it makes sense. Like, for instance, you'll see CH2. So that means chain 2. SL, there's a slip stitch. Single crochet is at SC. And if you get one of those crochet magazines, like from Walmart, oh, that is so good. In there, it will have the explanations of the stitches, of the characters, or the, what you call short notes, per se, of when you're reading it. It'll tell you what each one would mean, and that would be highly favorable to you if you didn't know how to read, to get one, at least one in your life. Now, when it comes to the DK stuff, that's considered from the UK. So don't be afraid to ask somebody from the United Kingdom, what does this mean? Okay, because we're not all going to be perfect at it, okay? So, take your time. Now, one thing I could say may be a sin, but I won't care. God can convict me about it later. One thing I can say, while all happiness and joy, one thing I taught my mother was how to finger crochet. And everybody's like, finger crochet? Yeah, finger crochet. My mama didn't want to learn how to use a hook. That was her choice. But whenever I teach somebody how to crochet, I do my best to get them to do finger crochet first, so they get the understanding of why they're finger crocheting for. Because if you don't get it from finger crochet, then how are you going to understand it when you get it from, what do you call that? From when you're reading a pattern using a hook. You don't. Hold on a minute, guys. Yes, I'm grabbing my caffeine. I'm needing water too, but right now I need a little bit more caffeine. So if you got tea, coffee, water, hey, Rocksteady, woohoo! Take a drink, y'all. Okay, that's enough of that for the day. I don't actually have a lot of soda left, by the way. I have that much soda. And that was the second drink of soda I have had today. And no, the first one didn't empty most of it. It was already half empty when I got it. So, thank you guys. Oh, you're most welcome, James. Hey, I put it like this, people. You connect with me using that S word. So, I got to remove that comment because YouTube gets antsy-pantsy about that S word. SUB plus scribing, they get mad about that. So if you want to say, hey, I threw yarn in your window, that's another way of saying I'm connected to you. If you say, hey, I left you a cup of tea, that's fine too. Because YouTube gives us strikes on almost anything and everything. And that's understandable. Actually, I'm not hyperactive. Actually, I'm really freaking tired, Amos. I want to see you go from your doctor's office straight to the ER and be there till midnight. They gave me an IV. Yes, I know I probably needed it. That's not an issue. Matter of fact, it said, here, I showed them the vein. Same vein, not too far from that vein, was where they had drawn blood for me. So instead of have two different of these little patches, with the gauze and the tape to where they had stuck me with. Yeah, you gotta watch that, James. I'm telling you, brother. If you notice that some people have music playing in the background of their lives, no worries, Lydia. It's because they're playing copyrighted music. There is a website I could tell you about later, James, to go to. You can make your own music. And then if you got some way to play it when you're doing your live, they cannot say nothing about it because it is not copyrighted. It is your music. All right? Yeah, I know. So, yes, there are rules for us people that are content creators that we have to abide by. So we have to tell y'all about it, okay? Thank you, baby. Yep, went to the ER last night directly from the doctor's office. And all the paperwork indicates that I'm healthy. But yet I had, now you guys know what migraines are. Usually I get an optical migraine, which is no migraine right behind my eyes. All right, cool out with the letters. And, well, this was what I call the helmet migraine. Like if you're wearing a motorcycle helmet, that's where the migraine was and had been going on. But everything else indicated by blood work, tests, and all this. Yep, that's right. See my earrings here? If they're copyrighted, well, I can tell you where to go get them from. JC Calamity Jane. Polymer Claire earrings she made for me. It's not copyrighted. She has it on her channel. That's how I found her, because she was making them. And just so you guys know, one of my favorite colors is glow in the dark. So now, getting back to what I was going to teach is. Oh, okay, that's good. Here is a yarn. This is the tail, as you can see. So this is not the working end. This is the tail. So what you want to do is grab it between your middle finger and your thumb. Wrap it around your finger. Hello. Take the other strand, the tail end, 2, 3. At least go around your finger around that strand twice. Then pinch it between, don't pinch the end, but pinch it like this. You see how that's hanging loose? Take this upper strand and push it through over your thumb. Grab that. That's your loop. Okay? Then pull your tail. This, my friends, is a slip stitch. Scouts, we call it the magic knot. All right? Now here's the funny part. Ready? I'm going to teach you how to do finger crochet. First thing I teach anybody in crochet to do. Why? Because once you get regularly easy with doing a finger crochet, because you don't want to shortchange your finger that holds the loop, because you got to have room. Trust me. You don't want to have it tight. But once you understand the, unfortunately, painkillers, anything from Vicodin, Percocet, they don't work on me. Tylenol puts me to sleep and I'm still in pain. Aspirin, nothing. They don't work on me. I belong to the 1% club, meaning that I have higher levels of managing pain and also higher levels that painkillers. That's right. That's right, Lydia. That's how you learn, right? So once you get it in this set, this is a slip knot. You want to hold your tail with the middle finger and your thumb on the same hand, like this, keeping it out of the way. But if you can't, if that doesn't work, I sometimes will loop it through my fingers like this, as you can see, to keep it out of the way of the workspace, right? Sorry. So then, get it down so much. Take your finger, your pointer finger and your thumb, and grab the working end. This is the end that doesn't have a tail. The tail's back here hiding. Okay? Do it again. Keep doing that and be mindful to not make it tight around the finger. Too tight, it's not good. You actually hurt yourself. And you just keep doing that. And I can look at you like this, and I'm looking at you, and that came off my finger. That's why I stopped to look. But when you get so good at doing finger crocheting, where you're sitting there watching TV, talking to people, being online, where you don't have to watch your fingers, yeah, guess what? You're ready. Hello, Miss Cherish. But you're ready after learning how to do finger crocheting without watching your fingers. You're ready for a hook. And just like tension is in the fingers, okay, you got to remember how to do the tension in the other hand and using your crochet hook. So my sister, sweet sister, I Cherish Church, I know you're going to be going live tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I believe, or is that 10 o'clock? Please drop your links, people, and then don't be hesitant to drop off other people's links like, okay, Lydia, you drop your link, drop King James' link. You could go do your basketball practice in a minute. I want to make sure your link gets dropped. Everybody that comes in, you're going to have somebody's going to start learning how to drop links for me because I do it for other people's channel. I need somebody to drop links for those that come in so we can visit each other, become friends and supporters of each other with lots of love. So I've gotten down to where, I taught my mom before she passed away with one piece of string, dropping links of each other's channels so we can connect and support each other. So I taught my mom, who passed away in May 17, 2001, how to do finger crochet. And that's all she wanted to learn. She was happy. So she would take a piece of string with her yarn. Friday night is that, that's tonight, 11:30 p.m. Oh, Lord, you're the night owl. Central Standard Time. So that'll be 12:30 for us in the East. But my mom would take a piece of string, go to the doctor's office. You have to sit in the waiting room. So she would sit there and finger crochet. And the only reason why that's all she wanted to do, it was just something to keep her hands busy because she couldn't smoke in the doctor's office. So she would finger crochet. And that made her happy, right? So watch this. If you have finger crocheted perfectly good, you will be able to pull it apart. And that's the one thing my mom liked, to be able to pull apart. So once you get the hang of doing finger crochet, then it's time to introduce to you the hook. And I gotta go figure out where my other hook went to. It was just here, Lord. It's here somewhere. Oh, Would help it if I wasn't sitting on it. Sometimes those things happen. So, when you get to the point where you can finger crochet without looking at your hands, your fingers. Okay. Hold on, King James. Let me write this down so I get it all. Okay. King James. King James, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to want to go to I Cherish Church Network. She has a wonderful biblical chat. You will totally enrapture yourself with it, and you will like it. I don't tell you something that's not the truth because I've been there. So, okay, we got you, man. I got you. So, anywho, learning again how to do the slip stitch. Well, now you're going to use a hook. Oops, wrong end. Hook to do a slip stitch. So as you can see, I'm holding my yarn. Here's the working end. The rest goes down this way. And yes, at one time I used to hold my fingers like this to crochet. You see how that finger's bit like in on itself? I get some serious. All right, baby. Thank you for coming, darling. See you Monday for the afternoon delight. All right, be careful now. Don't get hurt. It upset me if you did. Go have fun. So now you're going to take your hook, pull up your strand, and go around it once, right? Because you're learning how to do a slip stitch using, hello, Jackie. Jackie, don't you dare move, girl. Don't you move for a minute. All right, Jackie, you're good. So yes, you too, baby. May you walk with God. So here, once you go at least one around your strand one time, you don't have to do it 2 or 3 times. Then you're going to go over and you're going to grab your yarn again and pull it through that loop. That, my friends, gets you started on a slip stitch. Okay? So where you at, Jackie girl? Yeah, I saw Miss Jackie and Naomi's live chat today earlier. I have checked out Jackie's chat. She's a great lady. And y'all, we need to learn to connect and support each other because sometimes we're the only ones supporting each other. Now, if you all notice something, my shirt, my basic shirt, what color is it? My basic shirt is black. Did you know that if you mix up all the colors of the rainbow, you get black? Didn't know that? Okay. So once you got your basic slip stitch started here, right, and it's on your hook and it moves, grab the yarn again. So you're going to go underneath the yarn, lift it up, twist your hook to catch it. Slowly pull it through the loop. Now, gently pull, and you have your first stitch. Now, it's important to know how to set up the hand that holds the working yarn. Because if you do like I did, trust me, I used to get some serious finger cramps in this finger because I would hold it down so tight like that, and the yarn would be coming out of here. So I had to learn a better method. And thanks to lovely people who are not in my chat, that, like, I will say their names. I don't have that issue. But here, one of them was Michelle Crochets and Crafts. Crystal from Bago Day. Aloha with Amy. There is Yarn Works by Lydia. There is I Have a List. But, hello, Shatika, my friend. How are you, my darling? Okay? Yeah, if I don't make up the morning Bible study today, I will do it tomorrow. Okay, because I was at the ER last night from 3:30 till midnight. Oh, I know. Crystal is so sweet. She has a lot of tutorials, and there's quite a few of us in the 5-year arts community that will show you how to crochet, how to read a pattern. There's quite a few. There's cinnamon stitches. There is Dana the Wanderlust or Wanderler, something. I got to remember that channel right properly. But there's quite a few of them that will teach you how to read tutorials. They'll teach you how to crochet. They'll teach you the very stitches of crochet because, yes, there are many stitches of crocheting. And crocheting is not a spin off of knitting. It's not. You think it is, but it's not. Because yesterday, y'all want to know what happened when I went to the ER. You have to go through the metal detectors to check your bags and everything. Look what they did to my poor knitting needles. I had to turn them in like it's contraband. They bagged my needles and gave me a strip saying, "Here." So when I left the hospital, I made sure to go back for my knitting needles because I was not leaving them behind. Oh, no, no, no. So I kept it in the bag. For one, the bag is a great way to keep my knitting needles dry. So that's what happened with those yesterday, the poor babies. But pretty soon you're going to have to learn a way to put the yarn through your fingers to help keep. Yes. Lydia, I disappoint myself when I miss a live in the morning. It is a promise and commitment between God and I. Tron, I was at the ER last night till midnight, from 4 o'clock in the afternoon till midnight. We're not in the game right now. I am teaching crochet. So I had to learn a better way to hold the working end of my yarn so I can get the proper tension. So when I go to make a stitch with using my hook, that I didn't make it where it's really tight or very loose. So way I've learned how to do this was I always put it over my pointer finger, under my middle finger and my ring finger, and over my what do you call that? Pinky. See? You see the little setup I got now? So it's like lift the 2 middle fingers up, slide it in, and then what I do then is I measure with the hook and where the stitch is. See? So whenever I lift this finger, I should be able to draw more yarn from the bottom. See? Try that again. I'm going to show you how I hold it. All right? So I got it in there. And right here's my hook. Here's my hook, and right there's a stitch. But I want to pull down. See how I'm pulling with that finger? I'm getting more yarn to come towards my hook. See that? It's a better way to have proper tension for your crochet. Thank you, Shatika. Anyway, like I said, my mother only wanted to learn to do finger crochet. And that's what she wanted. And that's one of the rarest things I could say that I was proud to do. And if it's a sin to be proudful about that or prideful about it, then so be it. But it warmed my heart to no extent that when my mother passed away, I didn't have a lot of regrets. And one of the things that certainly touched and keeps my heart nice and warm with loving memories of my mom was teaching her how to finger crochet. And for some people, it's a lifeline. Some of us, like Lydia, me, and a few others, like Jackie, we love to crochet blankets, pot holders, whatnot have you. We get those silly papers from Hobby Lobby or it used to be Joann's or Michael's, and you get these papers, and then on the back of the papers would be the instructions to make whatever was on the front of the paper. And yes, that's one of the things I will make. So nowadays you would need crocheting hooks of various lengths. You're going to need yarn. And yarn comes with a wrapper. And I don't have one available, or maybe I do. Let's see if I do in this bag. I just might. I gotta look and see. But most of the yarn is wrapped. Skeins of yarn are wrapped with what we call a wrapper. The wrapper, as some may call it, oh, here we go. This is like a wrapper that would go around one of those little wee skeins of yarn. Okay? Now, when you get to the back of the wrapper, and before you buy, read it. It's very important, especially if you got a crocheting project you're doing, and you want to get the right worsted weight, it's called. Worsted weight means it's a size 4 and everything. So this says on the back of it, 104 yards is in the whole entire skein, and 96 meters is 2.1 ounces or 60 grams. 85% cotton, 15% polyester, and the worsted weight is a medium and it has the number 4. So it is a worsted weight of 4. Then it'll show you if you're using a crocheting hook or needles, how big of a square or patches or a swatch we would get out of it. So, yep, that's right. So this is, and then it has all sorts of little symbols down below about washing and whatever. Sometimes on the interior side of these things, there is writing. The writing refers to a possible crochet pattern, washing pattern of how to wash your yarn. Another thing you will learn to do with your yarn, okay, this is a premier yarn. Look what's on the inside. Even has a little tape measure for me to use. You see that? You can actually take that, tape it down to a table where you see the inches and all that, the inch, right? So you can measure your length of yarn. All right? This also, here's the back. Well, this is the part I was telling you guys to read first. Oops, is that upside down? Okay. You would read it. Yes, it's backwards. You would read this first. That 4 is the worsted weight. It would tell you what size needles, what size hook. Needles are for knitting. Tells you how many yards. All that information is on the thing. Sometimes, hey April, darling, how are you? Sometimes in the bigger ones of the wrappers that goes around your skein, on the inside there actually is a pattern for you. That's why some of us say these things. It works. So that's what it is called, a wrapper. It goes around your skein of yarn. And yes, I started using this, and then of course it's trying to do what we call yarn barfing. Yarn barf is when it all gets together and goes and makes a mess, and you get knocked. So, yes, the free patterns are great. They are great. I have another one, I think, here. I could share with you guys. I could show you really quickly, I think. Hold on a second. My fingers don't want to work with my thumbs. Here's another one. And just so you know, I love multiple colors. I love Pippi Longstocking socks. I like toe socks. I love toe shoes. So yes, I am weird. But at least I'm being honest about it. But look at these lovelies. It's how to crochet. No. Self-striping knit socks. Guess what do you think I want to make? Yep, those what I would be calling my Pippi Longstockings. Yeah, I love watching Pippi Longstocking when I was growing up. Right. Some people know. Yeah, yarn barf sucks. I had went downtown and they had a bag of yarn that was all yarn birth. So I asked the one lady on staff if I could bring it home. So she let me. And I brought it home and I undid the yarn birth. And I made them all into balls or into little squatches of material. And there actually is a wonderful lady YouTuber who does crochet, and her name is Yarn Birth. I know, right? Cute, ain't it? Some people don't follow crochets patterns or knitting patterns. They do it their own way, like Lydia does. Some of us can make our own patterns, like she was doing the other night with her sunflower keychain. Yes, Miss Lydia, I was writing it down for you, because then I could send it to you in an email, and you would have a tutorial for your sunflower keychain. See that now? I was there in her live chat. Financially, I can't support her that way, but I wrote down different various things about her doing the sunflower keychain. And this way, if she wanted to do, have that information, and then she could have it for a tutorial. I know, right, Lydia? Well, see, that's what real friends do for you, Lydia. I might get mad at you, and I'll tell you straight up to your face, and you know that. When you're messing up with your chat, how to improve your chat, at least I'm going to be honest with you. I love you enough to be honest with you because I care. You take it the way you want, get mad at me. I don't visit your channel so often. Well, you know what? That's okay. Because everybody's allowed to get mad at me. I don't care. You know what? That's right, April. You bring it along with you. But with Lydia, who is very genuine, she's very unique. She makes her own patterns. And yes, I do. I was one of the first few people in your chat, your crochet chats and stuff. And I had to give you feedback about what you could do to improve your chats. And you listened. And they improved greatly, did it not? That's what I'm talking about. True friend will do that to you. You might be mad at them. You can be pissed off with them, but at least they're honest to your face, right? Come on, Lydia. Who else knows you, baby? Other than your mother. So, anywho, yeah, that's where we're at. So if I mess up, piss you off, tell me. I don't care. It doesn't make me mad. I would rather you be mad at me, come at me straight hard, to the point. Just don't curse on YouTube. It's not allowed. But tell me straight. In front of everybody. God and everybody. But you know what? I'm a lady. I am a woman. I could grab my big girl panties and get it out of the knot and pull them up. Well, at least you're not going to get a liar. When I was 12 years old, I was dumb and stupid. I used to steal. I used to lie. And then I met Jesus Christ. Right? So I met Jesus Christ and became a daughter of God, right? That's why I do my morning Bible devotionals, because I was not taught where to find the Lord's Prayer or where to find this or that, whatever, fruits of the Spirit, armor of God. I didn't know where to find these things at. I didn't know what the love. There is a chapter. There's a chapter in a book. It's called the love chapter. Anybody know where it's at? Think about it. Yeah, this thing's going flatter than a nose. Love chapter in the Bible. It's in Corinthians. Go to chapter 13. I didn't know that myself. That's why I do my morning Bible devotionals. There's so many things I learned from Michelle Crochets in Kansas, was originally her name. Now she's Michelle Crochet. Michelle Crochets and Crafts. I learned from doing her morning Bible devotionals at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 Central Standard Time. There were things I learned from Auntie Mama's Kitchen. When she does a slice of bread, as she calls it, from the bread of life, meaning you get a scripture, maybe you'll get 2 scriptures. When you get 2 scripture readings in Auntie Mama's, we call it a sandwich. SAMMICH, a sandwich. And over the years, you learn these things. Then it gets heavy on you because others get mad when you share your knowledge during their chat, and they get mean and nasty, or they ignore you, or whatever. They start treating you badly. Oh, Michelle's got company coming over. I believe it's her grandchildren that are coming over, as she now officially has 2 grandbabies. She has little Richard, and she has little Miss Lucy. So her daughter gifted her with 2 grandbabies. And Michelle, oh my God, that woman. She knows how to make things you can wear in crochet. Not just your usual shawl. I'm talking like shirts, tank tops, things like that. I'm talking, oh my God, y'all, if you ever went to her channel last year, because her husband is a mason, and so she helps out here and there with them. Once she crocheted the men's shorts, the biggest project I've seen her do, personally, and she did have help from other people in the chat, was making granny squares. And she needed, a seawater what? You learn how to make a seawater. Or do you mean a sweater? Anywho, the biggest, largest thing I ever saw another person make that I personally know is Michelle. Oh, I know, right? She made, there's quite a few others that helped her with the amount of granny squares she needed. They made a Christmas tree that is 7 feet tall for the Masons. Then they went around and turned around and donated it so it could get raffled off. And I have in my pictures a photo of that tree. You want to talk about large? You want to talk about love? Oh my God, it is gorgeous. We've done crochet in the crochet channel. We do a handmade ornament Christmas exchange a couple of years. You ought to see the goodies that I got. I got an angel. I have quite a few Christmas ornaments from others that I got. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's a lot of fun to do a handmade ornament exchange. So whoever signs up for it, we start having people sign up for it in November. So by December 1st, you are on a head start work on that crocheted or that handmade thing you did, and you're going to be given a name with an address because it's a Secret Santa type thing. So then you get everything made. If you want to add some extra goodies in the box, you're more than welcome to. And you mail it to your person. So by December 1st, we all have our gifts. And yes, you put it underneath the tree, you wait for Christmas Day, and then you open it. And then you find out who your person was. And let me tell you what, that to me is a lot of love. Because not only with the prices of shipping, it's also the time and energy spent on what they made. And there is a beautiful woman called Kathleen. I will not share her channel out, but Kathleen belongs to another group of crocheters that I personally know. Then there's Camper 14. She's another one of the ones. Then there's Racing with Happiness. She was the first one I got for that. It was a handmade Christmas ornament exchange. And it's like you got a Secret Santa type thing. But it was great. Yes. So I know there's Lady Crochet Manuela. I know she's from over there by Norway, Sweden, somewhere. She makes these gorgeous long length cardigans. Oh my God, are they great? So if you want to learn to crochet, come ask. There's plenty of tutorials online. There's free beginner crochets to teach you how to crochet a granny square or pot holder. We call them granny squares. Certain yarns you use just for granny squares because they're made of 100% cotton. The reason is so you put something hot on it, it doesn't burn. Acrylic yarn does burn. Keep that always in mind. Oh, honey bun. Well, you know what? I still got to go look for your email. I haven't found it yet. And if I do, I'm going to send you my phone number. This way you'll have it. You have a direct link to me. How's that for you? I know you work long hours, baby. I know, because when I go to the hospital and I'm admitted and then I'm going home, you know what the nurses complain about? That their favorite patient is going home. And I look at them like, who's your favorite patient? Because they're wheeling me out. Oh, it's you. And I'm like, why me? She said, you're not yelling, screaming, or causing problems. I said, I don't. And yep, exactly. And I said, I don't. I know how hard you guys work. If you go to any hospital for any appointment or anytime you're in the hospital, them nurses, they're the ones going to save your butt. So you better treat them they earn more respect from me than a doctor does. Nurses watch out for things that the doctor may not see. Nurses are the backbone of a doctor. And you could be a doctor working for 50 years, and I will say a nurse is your backbone. She is the one that will assist you with your patients the best if you don't listen to your patients. Yes, they are. That's right, they are. They are first persons that give you the love, caring, and support that you don't really think you need, but they'll be the first ones right there fighting along with you. Get that doctor to listen to you. So today was about crocheting. Exactly. Good for you, Lydia. That is the best thing to have, right? Next week, we'll come back on Monday. We'll go over the crocheting thing. And then I will introduce to you guys another craft. So I hope you come with your thinking caps on. I hope and pray that you guys know how much I love you. I appreciate you coming into my lives. And like King James came in, gave me 2 or 3 scripture readings. Yes, he did. That this way, if I don't do a morning Bible devotional, belated one, I can use the scriptures he gave today for tomorrow. And yes, I'm still exhaustingly tired. April, I have a good idea what might be my issue because all my paperwork from the ER and everything come back that I'm healthy. There should be no reason why I have all these issues. But I do remember watching in another channel that the woman of the husband has this. And then I was talking to my partner in crime, that I have several tattoos with, or similar of, that we were talking and explaining all these things. And she's like, yeah, this is what it sounds like. And she hit it right on the nail. And then, of course, you know me, I'm going to go do research. When I don't understand something, or I want to understand something, or something that somebody mentioned to me, I go do research, and I'm very good at it. What would take my ex-husband all day to do research on, I'd do in 10 to 15 minutes, and I could find stuff that's true. Yep, exactly. We got to know, right? And I'm not one to rest my laurels when I'm sick. I'm not one to leave it all on the doctor to, throw a dart in darkness and hope you land on the right spot, on the target. No, I don't leave that all up to them. But 4 out of 5 issues on this one thing that it could possibly be, and I don't want to say it now, but if it's true, I will most definitely update you. It looks like I got to get about $100 somehow, somewhere. I have to get one of those walking strollers. They're called a rollator. It's about $100 at the local store, which is the cheapest price I found. Because this way it'll have a seat with the walker on it, and it'll be on wheels where I can go out and about still and still go out and do what I want. I know a doctor out there in, where is it? Overland, Kansas. This doctor uses the sticks to walk with, and these sticks that he uses is because he got polio. And I see him going about his job every day. He is a most saluted man I ever did see. But now it's time to say goodbye. Adios, truce. No, I love you guys. No, I'm praying for you. I will ask the Lord for certainly double blessings for you. And I will be having a morning live devotional tomorrow morning, God willing, and the creek don't rise. I wake up in time. But the thing is, I was at the ER till midnight last night, got home and everything. And I laid down to go to sleep, and it crashed and burned. And, back in the 80s, we would say, I just died last night, meaning that we fell asleep and we were so gosh darn tired that, a piece of dynamite could go off and we would still be sleeping. An earthquake could happen and we'd still be sleeping. So, just to know that. Thank you guys for coming in. Check out each other. I know I Cherish Network is a night owl. She is. And about 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, she'll be live. So, Lydia, I know sometimes after work you're up that late. You should check her out. She is a gifted, motivated woman of God. She also gives you things to help your channel grow so you can get monetized and so forth. Then there's Luciana, successful systems. I believe there's her channel. I'll have to double check. But there are people that are rooting you on when you don't even think about it, Lydia. And did I not tell you, I would always be your first friend. I would always be your fiercest defender on the YouTube streets. And I don't lie about it. So thank you guys so much for coming. I believe I'm going to be laying down again. My head hurts. It's what happens. So thank you. I could use the prayers. I'll be praying for you. Have a blessed day. Okay? Bye-bye. Thank